So I see you got a big delivery here today.
Yes, we did. We had such a nice big weekend that our shelves started looking kind of sparse, so I called in another one.
Trevor, huh?
Trevor.
So where are we today?
Huh?
Where are we? What's your small story? Grandma's place. I walked by and now.
Well, Grandma's place is a retired school teacher that wanted to stay in touch with the kids and make sure the kids have the right books. Because the books I was seeing the kids were reading in school and out here in the street, but not the kind of books they need to be reading.
Really? Like, give us an example. Walk us through.
Well, you know well, I don't want to say license. You know, like the SpongeBob's and those kinds of things.
Yeah, those are all the most popular ones, aren't they?
But the classics, you know, the classic books of other kinds of things like the Black of the Berry and the hair books, hair dance books on positive things about our hair and our color and everything. So, you know, it's a different kind of thing. These books sell, these Dora books sell, but I would much prefer to see something else going on here, you know, and to teach parents what to look for in books when they're looking at.
How long you been here for? How long?
I've been here since 1999. 1999, I opened a literacy center, Grandma's Place Intergenerational Literacy, where I taught people from 3 years old to 80 to read after school. And then when I retired in 2009, then I put all of my interests into my bookstore and toy store. Yeah.
So you have your family. You have your family working with you.
Yes, that's my granddaughter Chelsea.
Hey Chelsea, how are you?
And my daughter works here on Sundays, and my other granddaughter comes in here sometimes. She does my tech stuff.
Okay.
So everybody does what they can do.
What is that like? To have to work with your family and.
Well, that was my dream, you know.
Even when you were teaching, if I could get.
Yes. I said, you know, this will be a great family business. Because, you know, in this city, you have to have something going for you other than a 9-to-5 job. You have to have something else going. And so I've always been a family literacy person. And so this was just a natural extension of what I've been doing all my life. Parent-teacher workshops, teen pregnancy workshops, what to read to your children, how to give your kids a head start, how to keep them the faucet going on in the summertime when they're playing, what kinds of fun activities it could to support their reading skills, those kind of things. I've been doing it all along. And I'm the old-fashioned teacher. I have the McDuffie's, the McDuffie speller. You know, I look for things like this from our past that we can pass on to our future. I used to belong to a group called the Sankofa Society, and they were taking the best from the past to give to the future.
Oh, okay.
And so we've been doing that for a long time, and we're still doing that.
How hard was it for you? Just initially, just to start. I mean, the literacy center in '99.
You know, I've been doing things that people say I couldn't do all my life. And you know, born and raised in Harlem, and you know, successful business person and going to college, winning a Ford Foundation scholarship to go to Sarah Lawrence College.
Awesome! It's a great school.
Yes, yeah. Then to go to Columbia's Teachers College.
You are a true ambassador.
Yeah, so you know,
great role model for your grandkids.
I've been doing these things, and people would say, you know, and I was 30 years old when I went to college. When I went to Sarah Lawrence and won the Ford Foundation scholarship, my children were 3 and 5. You know, and in that space of time, I've acquired a house out in Fire Island, a brownstone in Harlem, and a business, and all of that through hard work.
Any advice you want? I mean,
listen,
because you know, right now where we are today with small businesses,
follow your dream. You keep your dream. Your dream is your floor plan to keep doing what you're supposed to be doing.
But what if they don't have a dream? What if they start to doubt themselves? You know, a lot of people are doubting themselves more and more.
I know. But you know what? That's the only way to get through this, because you're going to get knocked off your path. Life is a journey. So you got to have a plan. And you're going to get knocked off the plan and off the path for a while. But if you have a plan, you know you can get back on and keep going. And you know the other thing, when you manifest those kinds of things out into the universe, they come to pass.
Okay.
Right next door in my brownstone, I have a 40-year-old dollhouse that is the exact replica of the brownstone I'm living in. And that dollhouse brownstone was built 7 years before I moved into the brownstone that I moved into.
So you built the model of the home that you actually wanted to
Yes.
acquire and build.
Yes. But I'll tell you, my children said they wanted a brownstone, and I couldn't afford a brownstone. So I built them for Christmas a brownstone dollhouse. And 7 years later, the exact brownstone that I built the brownstone of was the house that we're living in right now.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm saying you have a plan,
Yeah.
and you put it out in the universe, and somehow after that, it happens. It'll happen, but you just have to keep the eyes on the prize, and it's okay to just get sidetracked. You know? I graduated from high school in 1957. I didn't get into college until 1970. But I knew I wanted to go to school, but I had to work to save the money to go to college. So, you know, you have your plan and you work your plan. And it really does help you, because sometimes you get confused and lost and think that the prize is just getting up every morning, going to work, and having enough money to eat.
Yeah.
And that's when you really get depressed. But if you have a dream, and that dream excites you and gets you to get up in the morning and go do what you have to do, that's the thing.
What's the web address for you?
The web address is Chelsea. You got to give me the web address.
Grandma's Place in Harlem.
Grandma's Place in Harlem. .com?
.com.
Okay. How are you enjoying working with your grandmother every day?
I enjoy it. I've been here since we opened.
Really? Oh, this is,
2006.
yeah, this is beautiful.
I have a person in Florida that makes individual handmade dolls. I'm very proud of that. I'm proud of my book section, because my books reflect multiculturalism and a lot of black books and books that people had when they were kids and they were in
We can
school.
highlight a couple of them. Go ahead.
Well, let's see. I think one of my favorites is The Black of the Berry. Now, where is it?
Towards the right, second shelf.
Towards the right, second shelf. Here.
Here's The Black of the Berry.
Berry. And I like this book because it celebrates our diversity and colors. You know, and all of them are positive things, like the dark that's chocolate, and the light is peanuts and whatnot. Let me see if I can find you one of my favorite poems. You know, I can't see too well. You might have to read it for me. But I just want to show you how positive these things are. Here, Golden Goodies.
Daddy, tell me this. Is yellow a good color? He says, go down under the huckleberry bush, then come back up here and tell me what you see. I mosey out to the fruit vines and pick the last basket of huckleberries. Then I notice the bronze in the summer leaves turn into autumn. The bronze leaves of the berry bush shine with a special light. And I look at my arms, and they are as bronze and golden as a bush that gives good things. I ran back into the house to tell Daddy, Daddy, yellow's a good color, rich in bronze, and giving, like me.
Yeah.
Oh,
see?
man.
And you know, and it celebrates every color. Every color. Look at, okay, here's
Biscuit brown. I love it. I gathered loganberries from the trailing bush, dancing prickly sweet in my sunny backyard. I'm a biscuit brown. Biscuit is brown. Brown is biscuit. All warm and waiting and berry for berries that I carry to the kitchen and can. When the berries in the jar are biscuit ready, I fix a cup of tea, then spoon out biscuit jelly. For biscuits, brown me. I love that.
I love this book.
Yeah,
I love it.
that.
The Black of the Berry.
Yeah, Black of the Berry.
It's a wonderful book. But all of these books celebrate our blackness and our
It's funny, just on the subject, you say we're talking about Black of the Berry, Grandma. I know the neighborhood has changed a great deal.
Yes,
Harlem has changed a great deal.
it has.
You want to just share some of your insight to people to the good, the bad, or the
Well, look,
history of things?
anything that brings back the richness of Harlem is a good thing. Anything that brings people here to see our culture and celebrate our culture with us is a good thing. If people are coming to take away something, people seem to want to move in and put the rents up so high that we can't live here. If you want Harlem, you're going to have to take Harlem with black people in it, not Harlem by itself. So as long as you say good morning to me in the morning and wish me well and give me respect and come into my store and say good morning to me, and treat me like a human being, I'm welcoming you. But if you're coming in to take away from something and put me in my place and don't want to talk to me in the street when you see me, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be right here.
Are you one of many children's stores in the area?
I am Harlem's premier toy and gift shop, children's gift shop. There is no other here. There are things over on Broadway and Upper West Side that have, but this is the only children's bookstore and person of color. I mean, there's no toy store.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Toys R Us has these pop-up stores where they put these things up and whatnot for 3 months to get to Christmas, and then they're gone.
And then dollar stores.
I train the children in the neighborhood. The kids that come in here as children have worked in my store, have learned and gotten experience in entrepreneurship, and have gone on to do other things and gone to college and come back. So that's the thing I want to see. I want to give our children experiences, make them want to be entrepreneurs.
I love that. Yeah. Anything else you want to share or we should bring up to people?
No, but that I have a brownstone next door, and as a retired teacher, we're going to be doing a series of workshops for parents with young children, because we find that the gap that's widening between a child going for kindergarten and first grade is a broad one, because our parents are working and they can't be home to give those kind of language arts and communication skills. So we're going to work with the providers and the teachers of these young children to give them the knowledge to expose the children to language arts. So
language arts meaning like
language arts, like reading stories to them, talking to them.
Gotcha.
The kids are like sponges. They pick up language, but in order to pick up language, they have to be exposed to language.
Yes.
So if you sit them in front of a TV set, they're going to learn SpongeBob language and other silliness. But if one of my kids learned the word particularly when she was 3 years old, because it was my favorite word, and I would always say, well, I'm not particularly and when I heard it coming back at 3 years of age, when she was saying it and using it correctly, I knew I was onto the right thing. And I have these teen parent workshops. I did it at Boys Harbor years ago, but now I'm starting to do it in my brownstone, where we teach parents and providers to put words on things, like on chairs, on tables, on the wall.
I mean, like write it on a piece of paper and put it on there?
In 3x5 index card, and put it on there so that the child associates the word, the symbol for the word with the object. So it increases their vocabulary, talking to them, rhymes, riddles, all of those kinds of things that children need. Yeah. They need those things.
Last question is curious. Is there a big difference between a charter school and public school and private school? I mean,
I think
because there's a lot going on here.
Okay. I was a public school teacher. I had 28 children in the classroom. I had second grade, so I had 27 children in the classroom.
Okay.
There's a big difference between 27 children in the classroom and 21 or 20 or even 18.
Okay.
If the charter school has a lower number of kids, a ratio in the classroom, and they have informed, resourceful teachers that have been trained and are constantly being trained, that's one thing. But it's teacher training. It's just not a place to hold kids with crayons and paper.
Yeah.
It's to give them those kinds of experiences so that they learn. And they learn critical thinking skills. You give them open-ended tasks so that there's no right or wrong way to come to an answer, so they're not currying favor by doing the right thing. They're to be taught to think and to share those kinds of experiences with each other. So charter schools, if they have a good classroom library, if they have resourceful teachers, if they have low class sizes and class participation, what seems to happen is, because parents are happy that they're in charter schools, they bring more to the charter school. They're happy to volunteer their time. So they're
kind of giving up on the public schools, kind of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you got so many kids in the classroom.
Yeah. How many kids do you think should average? How many kids should be average
in a classroom
per
teacher? Okay, second grade, I think 22 kids in a classroom are doable. Okay, above third, fourth grade, maybe 25 or 27. Certainly not 35 or 40 kids per teacher. Okay, and I've seen that, and that's just too many. And in the lower grades, pre-K and K, 16 kids with an assistant. because you need a lot of individual things that you need to be able to do with kids. And a child, a 5-year-old child, a 4-year-old child comes to school with all varying levels of
that's true, yeah.
of readiness.
Okay.
Some of them can even read at that age because they've been exposed to books before. Some of them have never shared, have never been in an environment.
Everyone has
where
different.
They sit. So so that's a critical part in time that you need to put in the time with the kids that need socialization.
Okay.
And they need language skills.
When are the hours? What are the hours for Grandma's Place?
Grandma's Place is we're closed on Mondays, but now this month in December we're open on Mondays.
Okay.
We're open from 11 a.m. to 8 a.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Chelsea, it's Thursday, 10:30?
No.
Okay, and Thursday.
Friday.
So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 11 o'clock to 8 o'clock.
So if Grandma's not here, it's usually your granddaughters?
Yes, yes.
Cool. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And on the